This is my intro. Hey, welcome to my channel. Ow. Welcome to my channel. Hey guys, Stingray72 here in continuation with VlogTober. Here's a video for you. Then this one is the one thing that you have to do when you visit every state. So this is polled by each state's residents, and everyone indicated they have a list of things that you should do. The number one thing you should do in every state in the United States. This list is on MSN.com. Let's go. The U.S. is packed with must-sees, must-dos, and must-do-nots. And here's a list of the must-dos. In Alabama, you should geek out at the U.S. Space and Rocket Center. I'm not going to go into all of it because it's all 50. In Alaska, see the Northern Lights in Fairbanks. That is something I've always wanted to see. In Arizona, stargaze at the Grand Canyon. I can imagine that. I definitely want to hover over the Grand Canyon in a helicopter. I've flown over it in an airplane, but to hover over it and just really view it, I don't know that I want to physically walk the Grand Canyon and stuff like that. We don't want to do that. In Arkansas, dig for diamonds. Really? And you'd think they'd be a richer state. California, take a night tour of Alcatraz. Okay, here's the thing. I know that that prison has been long since closed and everything, and they do give tours. But why would I want to go to a prison that is shut down in the center of a pool of water at night to tour it? I can see it better during the day. It's just my thing. I don't know. In Colorado, the Durango and Silverton Narrow Gauge Railroad. If you're into that, have fun. In Connecticut, visit the Mystic Seaport. All right. All right. In Delaware, hang out on Rehoboth Beach Boardwalk. Now, I live close to Delaware, and I've been to Delaware a few times. I've never been to Rehoboth Beach, so I can't really speak on this. I can't speak on any of these things so far. But hanging out at a beach boardwalk, I don't know, other than being somewhere like Venice Beach in California where you see different, or Coney Island and stuff like that. I just can't imagine Delaware being as eventful and exciting. No tea, no shade, just my truth, but there it is. In Florida, you can camp at the dry Tortugas National Park. No, I don't want to. In Georgia, stroll through Savannah's historic district. Okay. I think I would do that. I think I would go through Savannah, Georgia, and just soak up the history and stuff like that, and learn all about the history of, things that happened in Savannah, Georgia. Who knows? In Hawaii, pay tribute to the USS Arizona. All right. I can think of different things to do in Hawaii. But I think that Hawaii is an overrated tourist state. And I think it's just because of the island life and because of the paradise idea that people get and that it may give and stuff like that. But you have to understand that place is so expensive. And I only know this because of people who I know who live there and people I know who have visited there. But imagine it, like they have to have things shipped from the mainland over to them. So that's fuel, that's time, that's maintenance for shipping, shipping and stuff like that. Their shipping and handling is hella high. Anyway, in Idaho, see surreal landscapes at craters of the moon. All right. In Illinois, test your fear of heights at the Willis Tower. Now, I would love to do that. I think, isn't that the place that has like the all the way at the top, they have like a landing that you can step out and it's glass and you can see straight down? Hell yeah, I'd do that. I love it. Can't get on roller coasters no more because I went on a roller coaster at Carowinds in North Carolina and almost lost my insides. But I love death-defying things like that. So let's go to Illinois and let's do that at the Willis Tower. Excuse me. In Indiana, fulfill the need for speed at the Indy Racing Experience. Now, I would love to take my husband to do this. This is something that he's always talked about. Although he is very tall, I'm not certain if there are limits, height and weight, you know how they are, different stuff like that, because drivers are primarily bone rail thin. However, my husband is 6'4", so I don't know, but I've always wanted to have him experience this. In Iowa, step back into time with the Amana colonies. I don't know what that is, but if you're in Iowa, you can definitely do that. It says so on the list. In Kansas, experience the Wild West in Dodge City. No, I don't want to. In Kentucky, take a wild cave tour at Mammoth Cave. I have a thing about being underground with that whole railroad thing. But it looks almost like Luray Caverns, which is in Virginia. And I've never been there either. But I'm going to stay above ground. I appreciate that, though. Thanks. In Louisiana, experience Mardi Gras. All right. Now, I've never experienced Mardi Gras. But I think I would love to. Not as much as I would have loved to if I were younger. And I think it's because I'm older now and I understand the severity of crime and stuff like that. And but to each their own. Mardi Gras, do it up, Louisiana. In Maine, take a lobster boat tour. I could see that. I would definitely love to go on a lobster boat to see how they actually catch them. It's different I'm sure it's different than watching it on TV. And then if I actually do it in person, I would say it's the same thing. But nonetheless, here we are. If you're in Maine, take a lobster boat tour. In Maryland, spend a day in Annapolis. All right, let's go there. I live in Maryland. To the outside man looking in, Annapolis being the capital city of the state of Maryland, I can understand why that would seem appealing. But it's boring as hell. And again, it's just because I live here. And I do the same with Washington, D.C. I was born there. I grew up there. I've never done a tour of Washington, D.C. There's so many freaking tourists that come to DC every day. And I'm amazed every day that y'all want to come to this city. But again, it's because I'm already here. So, but spend the day in Annapolis. The U.S. Naval Academy is there. I do know that. Go Navy. And the Chesapeake Bay and stuff. So, yeah, if you're ever in Maryland, spend a day in Annapolis. No tea, no shade. In Massachusetts, follow the Freedom Trail. I don't know. In Michigan, step back in time at the Mackinac Island. Okay, we'll do that. In Minnesota, explore the Boundary Waters. Not really certain what the Boundary Waters are. Maybe I should be. Maybe this is something that was taught in school and I didn't pay attention. That's more than likely. In Mississippi, learn about the antebellum South in Natchez. No. In Missouri, catch a show in Branson. No. In Montana, drive going to the Sun Road. Clearly, it's a road that expands along a mountainside or something, I'm guessing. But I would definitely do that. I love taking scenic routes. I love long distance driving. I love seeing this great country via the road. I absolutely love it. It's totally different, in my opinion, and a lot of people's opinion, from seeing the world from an airplane, where it looks like a patch blanket when you're up in the airplane looking down. But anyway, drive the Going to the Sun Road in Montana. In Nebraska, view the sandhill crane migration. No, because I'm more than certain they're going to be all over my head and shoulders. And I'm good with that. I don't need no bird on my body at all. In Nevada, marvel at the massive Hoover Dam. Transparency moment. I've been to Nevada, been to Vegas, a couple of times, and I knew of the Hoover Dam. I never knew it was in Nevada. I didn't. I don't know if that's something I was supposed to know. Again, in school, maybe it was taught and I was not paying attention. Again, that's more than likely. But there you have it. In Nevada, you can marvel at the massive Hoover Dam and have fun. Have fun. In New Hampshire, you can visit Mount Washington's weather station. No. In New Jersey, slow down in Cape Cod. I'm sorry, Cape May. No. In New Mexico, you can get high at the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. I would definitely go and watch that. I like the movie Up. They had balloons. They raised the roof literally into the sky. But I don't know about getting into a hot air balloon. Have you guys ever wanted to get into a hot air balloon? I don't think that's something I've ever wanted to do. I guess because I've seen more accidents than I've seen more tragedies and triumphs when it comes to balloons flying into trees or something like that. And can you really control where it goes? Like, how y'all get down? I'm so confusion. Anyway, in New York, bear witness to the 9/11 memorial. No. And that's no shade to those that lost their lives. God rest your soul, and God continue to bless your families and your loved ones and friends. I just don't like visiting New York, especially New York City. I'm so sorry. I got family there. I got friends there. This is nothing to do with the people who are watching this video who live in New York, but that city is so freaking dirty. And I think it's because it's one of those huge tourist cities that there are just so many people. Maybe it's hard to keep up with the cleanup of everybody, but every single freaking corner that I go to, it's horribly dirty. And that just took the luster of me wanting to visit that city away. It really did. And I'm sorry, I'm going to keep going. But bear witness to the 9/11 memorial if you ever go to New York. This is something in that state that you have to do. Again, this is a list of something that you must do in every state. Right now, we're in North Carolina. Live large at the Biltmore Estate. Now, I have heard and seen many pictures of this place. Maybe so. Maybe one day I'll go. I'm not far from it. You know, it is what it is. But if you're in North Carolina, clearly this is something you need to do. Live large at the Biltmore Estate. In North Dakota, explore the International Peace Garden. This is something I never heard of. I'm not certain. Oh, it was established in 1932. Maybe this was something learned in school. I don't know. I don't remember. In Ohio, enjoy world-class thrills at Cedar Point. Cedar Point is a very popular amusement park that lots of my family and friends have traveled to. I am not one of those people. I would love to go one day, and if that's the most exciting thing to do in Ohio and not the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, here's to you. In Oklahoma, get your kicks on Route 66. All right. In Oregon, marvel at the nation's deepest lake. Okay. In Pennsylvania, pay tribute to the fallen at Gettysburg. I have gone to Gettysburg before. I had to sing at a college, and it's boring. The most exciting thing that I remember in going to Gettysburg was the ride up, and there are lots of Amish communities there. So there are lots of Amish markets, which means lots of good food. That's what I remember. So if you're in Pennsylvania, you want to pay tribute to the fallen at Gettysburg. In Rhode Island, take the cliff walk in Newport. I'm not walking on somebody's cliff. Let's talk about that. Not doing that. You can, to each their own. Work it out. In South Carolina, brush up on your Civil War history at Fort Sumter. Now, I did go to South Carolina. Went to Charleston and took a tour. There's a gentleman who has done a documentary on Netflix about just stuff, different, racial things or whatever. Nonetheless, we took the tour and they pointed out Fort Sumter, which is like in the center, in the middle of this pond of water. We didn't really go on the grounds, but that did not sound appealing to me. It still does not. I don't particularly know too much about the Civil War. Again, I know that was taught in school. It didn't interest me, so I didn't retain that information. But if you're in South Carolina, you can brush up on your Civil War history at Fort Sumter. In South Dakota, you can cut loose at the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally. That's a little suspect to me. All of those motorcyclists rallied in one spot. It reminds me of what's that movie with Martin Lawrence and John Travolta and William H. Macy and Tim Allen, when they were riding motorcycles across the country or something, whatever. I don't want to do it. In Tennessee, see the country's music grandest stage. And of course, they're talking about the Grand Ole Opry. That's never interested me, but have at it. In Texas, act like a kid again at the State Fair of Texas. That is absolutely something I would love to do. I would love to go to different state fairs. I actually want to make that a goal of mine, is to travel up and down the seaboard, the eastern seaboard, and go to different state fairs. And Texas is not on the eastern state board. However, it's in the Midwest, and I would love to go. So maybe one year I'll be filming from there. In Utah, hike the Narrows of Zion National Park. Hiking is not something that I'm interested in doing unless I can carry a weapon. I don't understand or know how people in California do it. You guys, you Californians that hike and stuff like that, and I see you hiking and you'll only have like a stick with you. What is that going to do if you come across a bear and they are in your state, or other animals? I don't get it. I guess I'm just not that woman, but that's fine. In Vermont, get a dose of classic Americana at the Shelbourne Museum. I don't know what that is, but I want you guys to experience it. Let me know how it goes. In Virginia, tour Thomas Jefferson's Monticello. Okay, I live close to Virginia. I live a lot of places. I'm in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area. There's a boat that you can take that will take you down the Potomac River, and it will take you past Thomas Jefferson's home. And they talk about the history, and the slaves lived in this quarter, and they used to walk so and so miles up to the big house, and blah blah blah. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it. I already know it. I already know. So if you're in Virginia, you can tour Thomas Jefferson's Monticello on the inside, and let me know how that experience is for you. Okay. In Washington, visit Pike Place Market. That's the place where, I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, and they toss the fish and they catch it, hey, and all this other stuff. I'd love to do that. I have friends who are from Seattle and or who lived in Seattle. And excuse me, they don't speak too much on it, again, because they lived there. So it's not a big deal for them. But yeah, sounds like it would be fun. West Virginia, raft some of the nation's best whitewater. I don't want to do whitewater rafting. Any more water than I take a bath in is too much. I will go swimming occasionally, but I have to make sure that my feet can touch the ground. Now, whitewater rafting, I don't open my eyes when I go swimming, so water splashing in my face is not ideal. But I know people who have done water rafting and stuff like that. They say, oh, it's so fun and this, that. Great for you. In Wisconsin, you can come for the cheese and stay for the cranberries. All right. And in Wyoming, visit Yellowstone National Park. Again, if I can carry a weapon, I will be there. If not, I do appreciate you inviting me, but I won't be there. So there you go. My name is Stingray72. Again, thank you so much for selecting this video. And until the next one, you know you want to keep seeing content like this, so quit playing with yourself. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Peace. Thank you for watching. This is the end. Bye.